So I want to make another video for the Gillette 5 razor, which I just finished using, and it is the absolute best razor in the history of the universe for the glory of God, and here's why. Joy is the answer. Joy is the answer. God ordained it. Joy is at the center of the heart of God, and the Gillette 5 razor, okay, has hit it right on the kisser. And this actually is, okay, the very best shaving tool in the history of the universe, and it doesn't need a sixth blade. It is perfect, okay? And here's why. So 5 is the number of joy. Joy is at the center of the heart of God. It's at the center of all the major titles of God, like God, Jehovah, 5s, okay? Gillette is 90. It ends in E-T-T-E. All letters divide by 5, 25, 25, making joy perfectly, and then gill in front, as in every fish gill that helps fish breathe oxygen for their joy and our joy, so we can, eat them if we need to. I'm not even joking. So Gillette equals oxygen, equals 90, and it ends in joy, okay? And then there has to be exactly 5 blades. There has to be. It has to be. It cannot be 4. It cannot be 3. It cannot be 2. It cannot be 1. It cannot be 6. It has to be 5. Because 5 is at the center of the heart of God. 5 is the number of joy. Now, for your confirmation, the word shave is S-H-A-V, which equals 50 equals joy. That is the root, because you can say shaving, shaver, shave, shaves. It's all based on those 4 letters, S-H-A-V, which equals 50 equals joy. And then, so if you talk about a clean shave, shave equals 55 with the bonus E. And then clean, of course, divides by 5. It's 35. So clean shave perfectly equals Gillette, equals 90, equals oxygen, and a host of other famous joy terms in the story of God. I'm so excited about this one, okay, because people use this all the time. The Gillette 5 razor is an example of a top-of-the-line, God-ordained American product that the company is extremely proud of. I remember seeing a video commercial celebrating the Gillette 5 razor where they actually walked people through the history of the entire company. Okay. Now, I encourage and exhort the Gillette company, knowing that this is the very best razor, okay, from God to man for joy, to give these things away freely to as many people on earth as possible, and God will bless you like crazy. Because when you give, it shall be given unto you, saith Jesus. Give becomes given. That completes the vine, 4 letters on the end of given, which equals joy, okay? So if the Gillette company, okay, is to give away this all-star premium razor, the Gillette 5, to the entire world for free, they would experience supernatural divine blessings and pleasures and joy that they've never felt or experienced in their life. That is the truth about giving the best away freely. We could talk at length about, the joy of shaving and the joy that the Gillette 5 razor and the entire company has given to the human race from the dawn of shaving. How do people get close to each other? How do people kiss comfortably, fall in love, and all the rest of it? Oh yeah, I want to reference the Old Testament, the Holy Bible. You can find this for yourself when God talks to the priests in the days of Moses, and he instructs them to have clean-shaven beards, okay? Essentially, God tells them to have a great shave. So shaving was God's idea from the very beginning. He's very fond of the Gillette 5. The real truth is he invented it a long time ago and gave, okay, the ideas and the skill and the technology to people, through people, many people in the journey. And it's all for the center of himself, who is joy, okay? So yeah, I just finished using it. It's the best shave I've ever had and ever will have. And these things last an incredibly long time. Even the colors, many of the colors on this item divide by 5, blue, silver, gray, okay? Good choice. And then, yeah, just as I had to search for all English words that end in the famous E-T-T-E, which is joy, 50, and it adds up perfectly in the story of God. All the things that God has created and ordained that end in et, which are a joy to God and man, okay? A baguette, a brunette, a kitchenette. It just makes sense, okay? Everything is for God's joy and your joy. But Gillette really is the best shaving brand in the world. I believe that with all my heart, because joy is at the center of the heart of God, and Gillette is 90 perfectly, ending in et, which is 5, 20, 25. It doesn't get any better, and like I said, the Gillette 5 hits the number 5 perfectly on the kisser, which is the joy number, the center of the heart of God himself. So if you do not own a Gillette 5 razor, whether male or female, I exhort you to go out and get one and try it and never look back. And then if you're really good, you will get some extra ones and give them away for free to charities like the Salvation Army. I went there weeks ago, and I heard from the brother who works there that they constantly have a need for shavers, for razors, okay, for people who have screwed up and are, needing homeless shelter, and they, for their dignity's sake, they need shavers. And so I went out and immediately bought a couple of Gillette 5s and gave them to him, because that's the very best you can give anyone. And when you give to someone in need the very best, God promises you multiplication in the future of your life. Gillette. And they proudly put their name on it in multiple places. With the 5, of course. And one of my favorite gems about the number 5 is that human skeletal structure and all the structures of the animals that God created are shaped like a 5. You have the forward-looking head, the vertical neck component, and then the curve is the torso area, like the rib cage that holds the vital components, the organs of us as people. And this skeletal design applies to all the creatures God made, okay? The land animals, the birds. It's the number 5. It's literally the number 5 in its shape, stamped on all of us skeletally. Why? Because all of us exist for God's joy, okay? And that's another revelation from God. So that's why the Gillette 5 is the king of razors, without question. So do you want to take this higher? It's very easy. First, you have to, get one for yourself and experience it for yourself. You have to love yourself, realize that it's the best, never go back. Excellent, double joy. And then, if the Lord leads you, get a bunch more and give them away for free to people that could also use them, and you'll get a multiplied harvest for your generosity at some point in your future. A Christian charity like the Salvation Army loves to receive gifts like this. They absolutely always have a need for quality shavers, because the homeless come in, beat up, discouraged, having made mistakes in their life, and the thing that they need most is a total blessing and a total dignity upgrade. Give them a 5-star razor. Even the letters 5-star adds to double joy. Yada, yada, yada. And that's one way you can be blessed as well, because anytime you give, it shall be given unto you in greater measure. Okay? And that's a revelation from the Lord. The word give becomes given. Now you have the 4 letters which spell vine on the back of the word given. That's how you get hooked up to the vine of Christ. Give, and it shall be given unto you. You're hooked up to the vine. The joy flows into you. Vine equals joy. It's that simple. Okay, so just how do you feel like giving today? Who are the real you? How do you feel like giving today? Well, just do it and know that you're going to get a harvest coming back to you at some point in the future. As I read in the Old Testament, God declared that typically a given harvest comes within 1 year. Like he says, in the first year, you shall sow and you shall reap that year. You shall sow and reap in the third year. So when you talk about sowing and reaping, like giving anonymously, and say, when can I expect God's multiplied harvest to come back into my life? Usually within less than 1 year, because that's simply what God ordained for most of the crops of the field. Okay, when the farmer sows their seed, okay, for most of the crops of the field, they will reap a harvest within 1 year. But of course, there's other crops and many plants in this world that it's much longer than 1 year. But it's promised coming your way. So there you go. We've solved terms related to shaving before and squeezing all the joy out of it. Smooth is an obvious word with shaving that divides by 5. A smooth shave, a clean shave. But there you go. Cream, if you will, divides by 5. I just use, like, you don't need much. You can do it all natural. Just a touch of, a natural oil containing product. Okay. Just to simplify your shaving experience and all that. I love perfect gems like that, eh? Don't you love it when you know you have the best and you can preach on it, and it's just this total feeling from God that you've arrived and you can prove it mathematically to the world. It's like, yep, we have conquered shaving, human race. Hallelujah. Like, perfection in shaving is in the palm of my hands, and it has been achieved by mankind. Fantastic. So the word smooth is 50. The word smooth is 90, which equals Gillette. Very fantastic. Clean shave. The word hairs, of course, is 55. Hairs equals shave. Both 5 letters apiece. Shave, 55. Hairs, 55. Everything is for your joy. Okay? But the Gillette 5 takes the cake because joy 5 is at the center of this whole story. It's at the center of the heart of God. Remember, it's at the center of the word theme. And when you say the theme, now you get 25, 25, et on the bookends, pure joy. The theme of this whole story is joy and love. Love first, joy second. There you go. Gillette. The word knife. So originally, in history, the first shaving would have simply been done with a knife. Okay. And the word knife divides by 5. It's pure 5s in order: KN 25, IF 15, and then E5. It's just a beautiful trio of 5s that go down in 10s, so that knife is 45. Okay. So like I said, God, in the days of Moses, commanded that the priests who minister the tabernacle would be clean shaven. Okay. And they would have done that with knives, some kind of razor and stuff. Anyways, fantastic. So, yeah, what's the whole point of a good shave? Smooth, clean, soft. All those words divide by 5. Okay, so that you think about couples getting together and sex, it's like, people want to feel soft. They want to feel smooth. They want to bring maximum joy to each other. And so that is why the Gillette 5 exists. And it's for the perfect joy note of God. And man, I just love pushing that sucker. Amazing. There's a lot of cool gems. So pleasure is son of man. And then when you say pleasurable, that equals love Father, the greatest commandment. It's fascinating, okay? An amazing gem, okay? So God has created and ordained everything for your joy. I encourage you to get one of these, okay? And use it for a lifetime. It lasts exceptionally long, okay? And share it with others. Man, it's fun to solve all the terms related and squeeze all the joy and the 5s out of all of them. I mean, the word face. Obvious 5. Face equals 15. The joy of seeing someone's face. And then a word from the Lord is face to face. Is literally 50-50 every breakdown of the way. We preached on that a long time ago. God spoke to Moses face to face. Okay, and then, the reason people shave is so they can get closer to each other, husband and wife, and It's very tear-jerking, all of the joy terms in all of this. So go nuts, find all the fives, you'll be shocked. But you can't beat, okay, the name Gillette 5 to hit it on the kisser for the joy, okay? And by the way, when you actually say Gillette 5 and spell it out in full, that adds perfectly to triple faith, which is one of God's favorite numbers. Today's the 22nd. I told you we were going to be getting faith gems all day long, and we have. So when you actually say Gillette 5, it's triple faith perfectly, 132, okay? And yes, it took a lot of faith to ultimately see this product created and be as excellent as it is for all humans worldwide. Kiss equals Father. Very awesome. Father God takes the glory for the word kiss. IS is Dead Center Father. KS is Bookends Father. Okay. People will shave with a Gillette 5, joy. Okay. So that they can kiss more pleasurably for the glory of the Father. The word lick is pure fives, the joy. Okay. These are terms of intimacy that shaving is related to. There's a reason people shave, folks. Clean, the word appearance divides by 5, the word countenance divides by 5, just like face. Okay, beauty equals Jesus. My goodness, you can just go on and on. 15. Lick is 35, 2 teams of 5s, and then licking is 65, which equals delight. Smooth, I mean, this is what you call mathematical poetry ordained by heaven. But know for a fact that 5 is the linchpin number. 5 is the number of joy. 3 is the number of love. Okay. Cool. I think I've said enough there. Tear-jerking. Cool stuff. The Gillette 5, the king of razors. Perhaps for all time. Certainly has the best name.